everyone, this is Pico Lover here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and today we're going to look at the top 10 best trial weapons in Borderlands 3. These weapons can be farmed by playing on true trial difficulty when you're doing the trial of discipline, trial of cunning, trial of fervor, trial of instinct, and even trial of supremacy. We will have a couple excluded weapons from the trial of survival. But anyway, without further ado, these will be my top 10 best trial weapons in Borderlands 3. Let's go. Number 10, the Maggie. So like I said in the last video, I really like it because of its projectile multiplier and that it does really good damage. Heck, it even does even better damage in Borderlands 3 compared to Borderlands 2. The Borderlands 2 version didn't really suck or anything. It was a pretty good weapon. But the Maggie in Borderlands 3 got way better. However, if you want to bump its damage up like crazy, get yourself a Maggie with the next to max anointment. Like next to max cryo, next to max corrosion, or next to max radiation. And yeah, if you want the Maggie, it could drop from Turkey Tim in the Eden 6-map Flowmore Basin, or you could get it from the Trial of Fervor. Be sure to enable True Trial though. Number 9, the Atlas Replay. Speaking of underrated pistols that are awesome and amazing, the Atlas Replay is a high fire rate pistol that is able to shoot out rockets, which fires faster than the other pistol that also fires rockets. And it does have a really good tracker mod. Now I know what you're thinking. How am I supposed to track enemies with the horizontal spread? Yeah, well, no problem. Provided that you aim it at an enemy, you will be able to have the tracker land on an enemy. It doesn't really follow its projectile spread when you aim at a person. So, to get the Atlas Replay, you are going to have to defeat Hemovorus in the Dark Thirst Dominion. Otherwise, it can be obtainable from the Trial of Supremacy. But be sure to keep an eye out on another really good gun that will be on the list, and will be number 2. Number 8, the Chaosin. The thing is, I've often thought, like, if the Chaos Assault Rifle was pronounced Chaos, that I felt like the other SMG should be pronounced Chaosin. Or at least I think so. Some of y'all might pronounce it differently. I think it's Chaosin. And yeah. So basically, the Chaosin is a Mayhem 6 exclusive. But I was able to get mine in normal mode, like how I was able to with some other weapons. But anyway, the Chaosin is a really good running and gunning SMG. Basically, this is a gun that fires sticky bullets. These bullets do deal damage, not just for after when they explode, but before they explode. Basically lead to some insane high damage. Do you want to buff the craziness of this sucker? Use it almost. But anyway, to get the chaos in, you're going to have to defeat Captain Trant, and you're going to have to enable Mayhem 6 or a Mayhem modifier that is above 6. Or if you don't want to play on Mayhem like me, or if you're not a Mayhem fan like me and don't want to do it, you can defeat the Trial of Discipline on True Trial difficulty. Number 7. The Convergence. This gun is like so amazing. I just really like how the projectiles can hit an enemy again once the other projectiles have hit the enemy. It's basically a legendary version of the Reunion, but a little bit better. So basically, you shoot it at an enemy, and then more bullets hit it. Probably not pierce it, but they do hit the enemy once again. And you could like have it do like insane amounts of damage. So yeah, if you get one with radiation on it, then you're going to destruct lots of things in different planets. And to get the convergence, you will have to defeat Dr. Benedict in the Psycho Creek DLC, which is in the Benediction of Pain. Took me a while to remember that. Or if you want to get it immediately and try to get a good setup, you could always defeat the Trial of You could also defeat the Hag of Fervor, which could also get you the number 10 entry, but I'm pretty sure you already know that. Number 6. The Skull Masher. Basically, this gun is kind of like the Maggie. I kind of didn't want to say it like that because I knew that they were from the game I mentioned earlier, Borderlands 2. However, basically, speaking of weapons that are better in Borderlands 3 than the other, the Skull Masher can deal high crit damage when you do score a critical hit or headshot. Basically able to shred on critical hits. I find that very amazing and stuff. How you could score critical hits, or you could use it like a shotgun. Just fire as fast as you can, pull the trigger as fast as you can while hip firing. And if you have a cracked build, you could easily use it to down your bosses. But anyway, to get the Skull Masher, you're going to have to defeat Ista the Invincible, or if you want a guaranteed version where you're going to have a high chance of getting this bad boy, you can also do the Trial of Cunning. Number 5. The Flipper. Now, I don't really have much to say about it. It's a very sought after weapon that could be really great on almost all Vault Hunters, yes, including Amara. Basically, this is a gun that has splitting projectiles that can deal crazy splash damage, and it can have extra projectiles that form basically, and yeah, a little bit outpaced by the plasma coil, but the flipper can just shred and kill. And yeah, to get the flipper, you will have to defeat Minosaur in the Bounty of Blood DLC in Blood Sun Canyon, or get it from the Trial of Discipline. Number 4. The Boomsicle. Basically, this is one of the most rarest but amazingly deadly weapons in Borderlands 3. Basically, what this thing does is that it deals very high splash damage and it could like outpour like a lot of damage on an enemy. Basically a good weapon to have when you're doing something like the Slaughter Shaft, Cistern of Slaughter, or even the Belly One takedown. It could do like a lot of damage despite its low fire rate. However, you are going to have to get the boom prefix. The other sickle, sure, it might have better fire rate, but will lack the insanity of damage that it deals. And if you want to try to hunt for this sucker, you've got two options. One, defeat the anointed X4 after completing malevolent practice, or otherwise, if you just want to have a good chance, if you want to up in your chance of getting the boomsicle, you could always defeat the Take of Cunning when you're on true trial difficulty. Number 3, the Tizzy. Now, I would have ranked this sucker. Sorry, got something back there. I would have ranked the Tizzy like very high if it didn't like consume a lot of ammo, which unfortunately it does. The Tizzy is supposed to be mostly a bossing weapon rather than a mobbing weapon, and that's why I did not rank him number 1 or number 2. However, the Tizzy is a really good weapon. What makes the Tizzy so good is that every 7 shot is amped, and it has like very high fire rate, making the Tizzy look like that every shot has been amped. However, you will want to be careful with it. Not only will it consume a lot of ammo, but I noticed that sometimes is that the less I fire it, there will be a phase of it where the fire rate just decreases significantly. If you stick with it for bossing, or if you have a character build of Zane or Mose, or a fish lap cut purse build, or if you get one with, or if you enable Bloody Harvest and have it ammo regenerate terror anointment, you can just apply a Tamo to yourself like a lot of terror, and then you can use the sucker as a mobbing weapon. Blam! What's best about this is that the accuracy doesn't decrease, and there really isn't much recoil in this thing when it comes to applying terror. Speaking of the Tizzy, to get the Tizzy, you will have to go loot the Hunker Bunker and Arms Race, or you could get it from the Trial of Instinct when you're on true trial difficulty. Number 2, the Monarch. I'd say if you want an assault rifle shotgun that can deal like a lot of damage, go for that. So yeah, what this thing does is that it outpours like a lot of damage. Basically it has a projectile multiplier that fires in the shape of a crown, making it easy to score yourself critical hits, provided that you get one with a consecutive hits anointment. You could just like outpour like more and more damage, provided that you don't turn around and aim it at the sky or the ground. And so long as you just hit the enemy, you're going to deal more damage. However, with the Minesweeper Most or Fadeaway Black build, you could almost easily use this thing to down some bosses. Or if you're able to defeat a boss, great. And speaking of the Monarch, to get the Monarch, you will have to defeat Kilovolt on Electricity on Mayhem 6, which is in Promethea. Also, there's also the Trial of Supremacy you can defeat that also drops the Monarch, provided that you don't want to be on Mayhem 6. I get you. I don't like Mayhem at all, except for Mayhem 1. But if you're like me, like I said previously, go defeat the Sarah of Supremacy and enable True Trial difficulty. Alright, now before I reveal number 1, I'm going to go over an honorable mention. And there's one honorable mention, like I said previously. And that honorable mention we have is the Lucky 7. Basically, the Lucky 7 it was my second legendary weapon that I got when I first started playing Borderlands 3. It was a very good weapon. Just shooting, reloading, seeing what kind of damage I could outpour as I was doing the Kill Killable quest. If you're going to want to deal the most damage, you're going to have to get lucky. So yeah, that will be rather difficult. However, if you get the lucky roll, then you're just going to be able to defeat many different mobs. Or you could use the most character, my second favorite Borderlands 3 character, and just have Demolition Woman and Redistribution and Forge just regenerate the ammo. Speaking of the Lucky 7, to get it, you're going to have to defeat the Scrap Chat Prime, which is a big mob. Or if it's just too crazy for you, there's also the Trial of Survival if you want a guaranteed chance. Number 1. The Backburner. I'd say if you're looking for a top tier and awesome launcher that could tear up through bosses and stuff, then I tell you this. Look no further than the Backburner. Basically, I like to think of the Backburner as Borderlands 3's Norfleet, Kick Charger being Conada's laser. Even though both of which can tear up their bosses, I think the back burner might be able to the most. This basically what makes the back burner good is that it fires a big orby projectile where when it hits an enemy or surface, there will be a portal that will launch off 5 energy orbs, usually the final one dealing most damage. But provided that you can aim at the bottom of an enemy, mostly a raid boss, then you'd be able to tear that sucker down. Now, now, I'd say if you got a good fadeaway flak build or a Tor cross promotion Moe's build, you should be able to tear up through bosses like fast and just have an amazing time. Speaking of the back burner, to get the back burner, you're going to have to kill the Agonizer 9000 in the Guts of Carnivora, but only if you're on Mayhem 6 or higher. But if you don't but don't forget there's also the Trial of Instinct, which is where I got my back burner since I don't want to play on Mayhem mode. But anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and had an amazing time and learned some of the best trial weapons, then be sure to hit that like. Otherwise, my name is Pink Lover, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Sayonara.